Good morning, good morning. Tuesday's live is ready. Let me just bring this up and share. Let me see. It's a beautiful sunny morning in Kelowna today. Okay. Hi, Kirsty. Hi, Kirsty. Hi, Paul. How was your dinner last night, Paul? It was looking yummy when you guys were cooking it. Good morning, Debbie. Hello, everybody. How are you today? Kirsty, loving your submission for this month's challenge, and I definitely see the passionate pinks, and I'm glad that you are channeling me. I just love it. I love it, and great inspiration for everybody else. And I believe you're the first person to get in a submission for this month's challenge for passionate pinks on both ends of North America and over there in Europe. So that's awesome. Good morning, Terry. A long time no speak, Terry. Was nice chatting to you this morning, Terry. Oh, you're very welcome, Kirsty. Oh, good, Paul. I'm glad you enjoyed us. Saw you and Dali, they were cooking up a storm yesterday. Okay, so I just had a couple of quick announcements to make. The most really amazing excitement for me this last few weeks with the challenge being on was a submission that was made that I am so grateful and thankful to all the submissions, and this month it was Terry Lee Crucial who won. And if you haven't checked out her beautiful amazing piece of art, it's like actually the Angel of Hope. A beautiful ceramic angel with the crackle paste effect with a kind of ombre monochrome effect that sits on a cloud with little hearts to represent all the lives lost to COVID, and the big hearts for all their caregivers that are taking care of us. So such a fitting piece during this pandemic. And as everybody knows, anybody that posts on my Facebook group or page, Dali and Paul get to decide. So I was very happy with that decision, and everybody had amazing entries. It's very, very hard. I'm glad I don't judge the entries that come on my group. And of course, congratulations to IO, who did a beautiful, beautiful piece. So happy with that entry. But everybody's entries are amazing, and we already have our first February one. Kirsty has already posted in Dali Art Market a beautiful passionate pink piece, so lots of inspiration there. It's so funny, there's a piece of paper on the floor and it's really bothering me, and I have to pick it up even though it's really far away from me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Give me 1 second. I don't know why it's bothering me. I feel like if I don't pick it up, I've picked it up now. I feel like if I don't pick it up, something's going to go wrong with my Facebook Live. This was sitting on the floor and I could just see it from the corner of my eye. I just had to remove it. I don't know. These things bother me sometimes. I think there's something wrong with me. Hi, Charlie. Good morning. Hi, Dali. How are you doing? Fun chatting with you this morning, too. My mornings are always so busy. I'm surprised I even get here on time. And the other second announcement that I wanted to make was we did the YouTube Hop, Pain Ends Hope YouTube Hop, which Apexa had put on. And the winner of the YouTube Hop, so basically there's always rules when you do a YouTube Hop. And the rules are that you comment on every single video that was put on the hop. And I think there were like 20 videos, and there's some other rules like share or comment or subscribe to the Instagram or their Facebook page. So I would just like to say congratulations for a prize package from Pentart. For our Canada audience here, it is Judy McKay from Vernon. So congratulations, Judy. Thank you for following all the rules. You are going to be getting a nice prize package from me. And for Dali, it was Hazel Estebero, who followed all the rules, and she will be getting a prize package from Dali and Paul for over there in Europe. But this was a project that I had submitted. It was using our Good Morning Gloria. It was using our Steampunk Mechanics, our very first 12 by 12 album that Dali and I put out for Create and Craft. But this is the box that, if you haven't seen the YouTube video or Dali's YouTube video for this hop, you can find this at our channel. Yes, congratulations to everybody. You can find this on our YouTube channel, Shock Art Sisters. So this was my box. It's very, very detailed. It's got lots of texture on it. So if you want to check it out, like I said, Dali has one too. And she's got a box too. And you can see how I did all this ombre effect. But those were the two announcements I wanted to make. And now I'm just going to get on with it. So I am going to be showing you something that is so easy peasy. It's a technique that I used to do quite a bit when I wanted to create backgrounds, but I didn't want them to look created. I don't know if that makes sense. Basically, I didn't want to see brush strokes. I didn't want to see like a lot of effort went into it. I wanted random backgrounds that were going to be different every time, and I could use lots of different colors. So I'm going to be sharing that technique with you, how I go about, and I'm sure this technique's been done before, but it was my go-to, and I think I'm going to start using it a little bit more. I was creating some background pages for Dali, so I thought, oh, why not just show this technique of how I do it. Like I said, I'm sure lots of people do it, but it's so simple. But here's the tag that I made. And hi, Ioti. Ioti, congratulations on your win for your monthly challenge for last month. I hope you'll be doing something for Passionate Pinks. Beautiful, beautiful piece. So this is the tag. I don't know, I didn't go pinky, even though it's Passionate Pinks. Maybe I'll do something pinky next week. But this is the tag. It's just done on cardstock, and there's just a die cut bird, but you can see kind of from here all the different textures that are in there. Now, I probably will never be able to get this kind of same background, but we'll see, because sometimes my Facebook lives end up identical to what I've created as a sample. So how easy is this? Everybody has this at home. I'm assuming everybody has this at home. I think everybody does. Okay, old scraps of rice paper. Doesn't really matter at this point what color they are. Just old scraps. So you can see I've just got like little scraps left over from projects. Some primer paste, white. Some black primer paste. Hi Pat, black primer paste. Stays on, black soot, distress ink, and any color distress oxide. It depends on what color background you want to go for. And you can also have a bunch of, you can use any acrylic paints, but this one is, these have got semi-gloss, metallic, and I think I have some mattes in here somewhere, and a matte. So it doesn't matter. I use the creamy acrylics because they give more of a texture than acrylics. If you say more of a flatter look, the acrylics give creamy acrylics are much juicier. and just any old stencil, a die cut, not a die cut, a stencil. This is just my stencil. It's a Pentart stencil called Spread Your Wings and Fly. It goes with the Butterfly Wishes stamp, and of course your decoupage, varnish and glue. So let's get started, shall we? Oh, and any old stamp you got lying around. I have this one. It's a Primus stamp. Primus, yeah, it's a Primus stamp. It doesn't have a name to it, but it's kind of like a rose on it and some writing. But it doesn't matter. Stamp, stencil, it really doesn't matter what you're going to be doing. Now, this tag isn't meant to be super pretty. As you can see, it's very mixed media. Some words you can read, some you can't. But let's go ahead. So, first thing I did was have my die cut. And then I cut 2 out, just in case I goof up. But you can't goof up. Nobody can goof up on this. So, first thing you want to do is grab a brush. So my brushes are hard for some reason today. Let's see what's going on. Put them in water fast enough. And you just want to take your rice paper. Okay, let me just get rid of that to there. And today I'm dropping things. My rice paper just fell on the floor. Okay, so you want to get your rice paper. You can see, look, you can see there my pencil drawings to do my tag. That's hilarious. Let's go for it. So we're just gonna, it's nice to have this background because you will see you can have this rice paper show or you don't have to have it show. It's entirely up to you. So I'm just gonna come in and put down the decoupage matte medium. And then what you can do is you can just tear off pieces and just put those down. And then come over the top. This allows for it to adhere properly, but this also allows for you to be able, you know, I like to think of it as a clear, a clear primer, because this allows you to then come in and do stuff on here without ruining the image below. So yes, if you can treat this as a transparent primer, that's how I treat it. So let's do some across here. I'm not concerned about where I'm putting this paper down. There's no rhyme or reason. I just want to get some rice paper down. Let's see, what other rice paper do I have here? Okay, we've got some down here. I'm just creating some texture. That's all I'm doing. So I don't mind overlapping. And again, I always say to everybody, don't get rid of all these little pieces because they do come in handy. I cannot tell you guys how beautiful and sunny it is in Kelowna, other than those that live here. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Makes you want to spend the day outside. But it's still a little bit chilly. Okay, let's bring some of this cream color in. So far easy peasy, right? Just like my description on Facebook. Easy peasy. Ew, this one doesn't want to stick right now. I'm going to cut off the edges, so I'm not too worried about, I don't know why this one doesn't want to stick. I'm not too worried about going over the edges at this point. Okay, and some to just fill in the gaps. I think maybe I will bring some of this here, give it a little bit more texture. I can see a little gap there, so actually this will do it. I have a little piece sitting right here. And then you can go ahead and dry it. So give me 1 second while I dry this. Make sure everything's done. As you can see, I'm not worried if there's crinkle. Whoopsie daisy. I'm getting glue on my fingers. Yeah, so you can see I'm not too fussed about getting crinkles in my rice paper. Normally I would be like, make sure it's nice and smooth. So I'm just going to dry this. Good morning, Min. How are you, sweetheart? How are you doing? So lovely to see you today. And you're right, I'm one of those people, I'm just going to cut around the excess edge. I'm one of those people that thrives on the sun. I don't do so good. I think I have that seasonal something disorder. SAD? What's it called? I can't even remember. I don't like it. I don't do too well. But as soon as I see that sun, I have a spring in my step and my thoughts are more positive. And, you know, the world's a better place today. I'm just one of those people that really associates myself with the weather. I don't know if any of you guys feel that way, but I do. I don't know why. I think it's quite common. Today I feel like I can conquer the world. So there you have your tag, just with using some rice paper. I mean, I like it as it even is. Then what you can do is just pop a hole in the middle where your ribbon or your tassel or something is going to go. I like doing it ahead of time because I don't know, I know then where I can stencil. Okay, so there's a reason I kept my brush out. Just this little piece here, just splattered down. Okay, this is a fun part. I told you this is going to be really easy. You're going to probably wonder, I can tell you right now, this is the exact same rice papers that I used yesterday. Yeah, me too. You load the winter, me too, Paul. This is actually the rice paper underneath this, okay? So that's why when you have scraps of rice paper, don't worry or stress too much about what color they are. you can totally change it up, okay? I don't know, I'm attracted to blues more than anything else, so, but I know Britt loves this green. I think Gail does too. Okay, so look, this is going to be really easy, guys. Oh, thanks for everybody for getting their Stampiri orders in. Dali's chomping at the bit for me to get my order in, so that is really good that you guys did that. Okay, I'm just trying to find a good brush here, or a decent brush. So what I have here is a piece of parchment paper. Just regular parchment paper you can pick up from the pound shop or dollar store here. Got my tag right there. I actually like those colors today. What am I gonna do? You're gonna take your primer, and what you're going to do is you're just gonna spread it out like this. I don't think I wash my brushes very well because they are so hard, so that one will have to go. We'll have to come out with another brush. Okay, let's try this brush. Oh, much better. So what you're going to do is you're just going to spread this out on your parchment paper like this. Do a nice layer. And the nice thing about this is you can keep going in back and forth as many times as you want. So here's the tag. And all I'm going to do... Good morning, Wendy. Do I have to be quiet? Are you at work? Why am I whispering? So look, there's a tag right there. Now, to create that texture that looks like it wasn't intentionally done, bring that parchment paper over and start just wiping up little areas, just swiftly like that. I'm having too much fun with this technique. And start lighting it up and start creating some texture, but also some light colors, and you can start going in as much as you want. But you see how that looks very organic? So very organic. Oh, Wendy, you're homesick. I hope you feel better. Morning, Jill. Thank you for your invite. Jill has a new group called The Crafty Surgeon on Facebook, so I encourage you all to join. As you know, Jill does amazing mixed media work. So I want some more white on there. You can see how much I changed it yesterday. It was, thanks Iodi. And look, you can layer this technique up as many times as you want. The nice thing about it is because the primer doesn't stick to the parchment paper, you actually have no waste. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing. When you look at this, you can see it's in a very stripy kind of motion. So all you need to do is take your parchment paper, just fold it in half once you've got the primer on it, and this will take that stripiness out of it. So that when you put it down, you're going to get, I don't know if you can see it, but there's this new texture on it now. And if you want, you can take your tag to this too. Okay, you don't have to take the parchment paper to your tag. Let's see, we're already seeing a very organic change in this tag. Do you guys remember what it looked like before? Now, while that white is still there, and with your brush, and I'm not going to worry too much that it's got a bit of white on it. What I'm going to do is, oh, maybe that's too much, is come in with black primer now. And the reason I'm not worried about it, the white there, is because I don't want a stark, dark black image or an imprint. But you can go obviously as dark as you want, and you can go as light as you want. And this will now take it to the next level. Now don't worry if you get too much on, because what happens is you can just come back in with the white. And the beauty of that is you're just creating more texture. So I'm just going to fold it to give it that nice texture. And again, just come down and start putting it down. And go different ways until you get to where you want it to be. So let me show you now. Look at that tag. It's very, very organic. Okay. Yes, it does mint. When you see it really close up, it really is. So now I'm just going to take it this way and just put it in certain random areas. Ugh. See how easy this technique is? And like I said, you're never going to get the same thing that you did. And all it is a piece of parchment paper. But you can see how it starts lifting off the parchment paper. Now somebody like me would probably take this and make something else out of it. But look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So if you wanted to, you could actually leave it at this point and stick with those colors. And you could take your little birdie and put it on there and see how pretty that would look. So sometimes I just have a problem with stopping when I should. Like I would love to stop right here, but I'm going to carry on. But I just love that. Just so nice. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So now what I'm going to do, oh, should I be brave? Should I be brave? I'm wondering, I had taken out, well, let's just see. Okay, so now I'm going to go a little bit easy. I'm going to take out, although a purple in there would be so nice. This is what happens, dilemmas. What do I do? Do I go with the purple or the pink? The purple or the pink? The purple or the pink? So badly want to do a purple. Let me see what the purple looks like. I'm so bad. Let me see. Oopsie daisy. That's way too much, but oh, that's way too much purple. I'm in trouble. So what I'm going to do is introduce a little bit of white into here. It's a bit too dark for me. But you can see, you can make as many colors as you want, or different shades. Should we try the dark purple? Oh, let's go for it. I'm so scared. Why do I do these things on Facebook Live when I get scared? Oh, it looks actually quite good. Oopsie daisy, look, I got it there. Oh, here, this is a good example of what it looks like when you don't have the background. But if you can see, it's kind of really bark-like choppy. Okay, so let's bring this back. Dali's going to be over the moon because she loves these colors together. These are like her go-to colors. It's good, messy fun. I've made a right mess today. Oh, I love this. I'm glad I went with the purple. Sometimes I surprise myself. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So it's just so organic. So I'm happy with that. Now, if I want to lighten that up, I can do that in a bit. So we went with the purple instead of the pink. Okay, I'm just going to dry that. Yeah, Min, I can't. I'm telling you. I just look. You guys are gonna be like, oh my god, look. This is the kind of stuff I save. Like I just can't part with it. I don't know. What can I say? Okay, Jill, you like to see some pink on top? Let's do a little bit of pink on top then. No harm in that. Let me get a brush out here. Let's see the pink. So really you can introduce blues, blacks, whatever colors you want. It really doesn't matter. And you probably don't need as much paint as I keep putting down. Oh, I don't want to get rid of that pink too much. I think I might have gotten rid of it. I'm just going to bend that. And let's try the pinks. Oh yes, I can see it now. I'm just having too much messy fun today. Oh, the pink looks very, very pretty. Okay, so let's have a look at that now. So you see the pink in there. So very pretty, Jill. Thank you. I'm liking it. So lots of details. So again, you can leave the tag as is. You don't really have to go any further. Now you can do this two ways. You can either come in and lighten this right now, or you can do your stenciling and lighten it afterwards. Now, I lightened mine afterwards, and I'll tell you why. Because, as I mentioned earlier this morning, oh, that's not much cleaner, is it? As I mentioned earlier this morning, I wanted it to look like a more of a washed out stenciling. I didn't want it to pop really dark. So I'm just going to take my stencil here, and we're going to continue just working with our black primer. So really you just need black and white primer and some white primer. I did have a die cut here, and I was thinking, because I had kept this very black, I was thinking, oh, that would have looked really pretty just at the bottom like that, just to finish it off. But then I'd realized I'd go over the fly. So maybe I'll try and leave some, see, because I like the black look to it. So if it was there, I'd have to come there. Anyway, we're not looking for a clean image here. We're just looking to, this is why you do the hole. We're just looking to do a little bit of quick stenciling, just like this. Just tap it in, no special brush, just use what you have. Now, if I wanted this to be really crisp and clear, I would use my palette knife with the, oh my goodness, with the black primer. I don't know if that's going to fit, because this is the spread your wings. Let's do your up here. Let's do a butterfly while we're at it. Let's do a little butterfly here too. And spread your, can't even spell, wings and fly. Talking to myself. So Wendy, I hope you're not sick with anything too serious. Okay, spread your wings and fly, and let's just do a little another butterfly right here, because we can. Okay. So, let's just clean off this stencil quickly. I really, and I hope you guys do too, I really love, see this won't fit there now, but we could probably put it there. I really love seeing the transformation, like when I put this on YouTube, and then if you were to go see it, the transformation from that rice paper that was quite blocky to what we end up with is amazing. So again, you can stop wherever you want to, and you can keep going. Like I said, I had a hard time stopping with this one for some reason yesterday. So now you're at this point. So you have spread your wings and fly, and you've got a couple of butterflies on there. So again, if you wanted to come in at this point and do your tag, it still would look good. Okay, so next thing is that, whoopsie daisy, dropping stuff again. Let's see, next thing what we're going to do is we're going to just distress the sides, and I'm going to use stays on for this because I'm going to come in with a bit of, Dover. I'm going to do stays on for this because I want to be able to come in and still do some painting around the sides, which means that if I use the distress black soot, it would mean that it would be disturbed and the water and paint would react on it. We will be coming in with some black paint, but I like doing this because it covers the cardstock that the paint might not cover. So it's kind of like a protection to make sure everything's covered. And I don't mind coming in just a little bit. Okay, that's it for your stays on part of it. Let's put that away. Okay, so next part, all you're going to do is bring in your white primer. And what I'm going to do is just take my brush that's in water, but I'm just going to give it a quick, just a quick dry off. I'm not worried about it being super dry. And this is now where you can come back in, and you don't have to do it on the parchment paper, but what you can do is just come in, and this is where you can come in and you can start to lighten your tag. So if there's areas on here that you don't like or they're too dark, then this is when you can come in and see how that's starting to lighten up. Go in all directions, not one direction. You don't want to do what I just did there, make a big splattery white thing. But that is okay, not to worry. Now, if you want to go to the next step and you want to have this kind of really melded in bluish color, then you do that with a distress ink or a distress oxide. I'm just going to grab the purple because I wasn't planning on doing purple. Only distress one that I've got is Dusty Concord. I don't know, I think I used an oxide yesterday, but we will just use that. So all I'm going to do is just stamp on the stamp. Thank you, IoT. And we're just going to introduce that color onto here. But I prefer the oxides, and I'll show you what this will do. And I'm just putting this down randomly in certain areas. And then when you take the white primer on it, it will actually move it around. So let's try that, shall we? My brush is dry. Doesn't move as well as the oxides move, but it's moving a little bit. Maybe if I put some water on it. Oh my god, let's try that. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. And what happens is, I'll show you here. Once you see the difference where I've moved it around and where I have not moved it around. And you can, it's entirely up to you. You can leave it the way that it originally was, that I had it, or you can come in and you can lighten this up. Okay, so now the next step that you want to do, once you've got it about as light as you want it, I'm quite happy with how light that is. I'm just going to distress this while I've got it out. So sometimes for me, if I can see what something's going to look like before and I'm just doing this very quickly, before I put everything down, I find it easier if I can see what the distressed bird looks like with the black all around it. It gives me an idea of what colors I might need to add to the background of that one or not. I'm just gonna make it a little bit grayer. I don't want it to be so white. Oh, having messy fun today. Okay, so now then when I pop it up against here, I can see exactly what that's gonna look like. Hi Cora, how are you doing? We're gonna show you this, and now I'm just gonna bring in some black splatters, but I still feel like I want to have a little bit of more white, so I'm gonna come in and lighten up some areas a little bit more. And that's the beauty of these techniques. Now you could do the same thing and do it on the parchment paper also. You don't have to do it this way. I've already showed you how to do that technique, to do it on the parchment paper. But you wouldn't know that I use the same leftover rice paper on these, would you? There's no way you can tell. Okay, now to tie it all together, you want to get a really wet brush, like quite wet, like this is quite dripping wet. And then take your black primer, put some down like this. Oh, this is like, if you want those really big splatters that I've got, there's nothing dainty about this. You want to make it quite wet, like really wet. And you see how much water I'm doing. It's like literally dripping. Can you see it? It will drip. It's literally dripping. So then you want to come in, and this is how you, it's all really about how wet that primer is. You guys are going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe she's done that many, made it so dark. This tag is obviously darker than my first tag. I want more black splatters. And then just take your brush and start bringing it around the outside like this. Just take that same brush with all that water on it. These are like really nice Halloween tag. You just have to put a spooky picture on this. Not even close to my sample, but then I think I had said I doubt you can create the same background again. Okay, I still think I would like this lighter, but I won't do that, but I would like it lighter. Now, if I wanted to make it like, I could also probably do white splatters, but I like this. I'm liking this dark kind of grungy look. The other thing that you can do, and is come in with a white Posca pen, or you can just come in with another black pen, and you can further enhance, do some hashes here and there, just to give further definition and different styles to your tag. And I'll show you, I've done them on this one. You can see it in the corner there. Let's see, it's hard to see here, some there. But you see the difference. Now again, I could go in with the white if I really wanted to. I'm missing you too, Coralie. I'm hoping that, well, I'm not sure, but we've got the retreat in Prince George coming up for National Scrapbooking Day. So I'm hoping that that goes ahead, but who knows? And you're a new mom too. Okay, let me just pick this stuff up from here. I'm going to put it on a white piece of paper. You will be able to better see it. I won't put the ribbon in it. I'm just going to put a pop dot on the back of my birdie, so she pops. Now you can stamp over the birdie too, and whatnot. Oh, I should have put a ribbon in it so you can see it. So there you have it, two totally different tags, same technique, exact same technique, less white, but I really do like this for the retreat in Prince George. Oh my God, maybe it has been confirmed. It's just not been announced, and I've put my foot in my mouth now. I'll have to call Jen and tell her I've mentioned it now on Facebook. It will be the National Scrapbooking is on May the 1st, so I should be down there last weekend of April to teach, providing, you know, the restrictions have been lifted. So there you have, and that's where I first met you, right, Debbie? So there you have the two tags, exact same techniques. I'm not concerned about the bird or showing you that or the tag. I was more interested in showing you how to create a background using parchment paper. And then, of course, this is going to turn out to be some really nice die cuts. But I wanted to show you, sometimes if you want something really, really organic, it's just as easy as getting your hands a little bit dirty and just playing. Obviously at home, take your time and just playing, and that's all it is. And I actually love the way both of these have turned out. I like the colors on both of them. I'm so happy I use the purple, and then Jill, you mentioned the pink, because these are not my go-to colors. But there you have it. I really hope you enjoyed the Facebook Live. I'm happy to see Min and Wendy. I hadn't seen you guys on here for a while. It's so lovely to have you ladies join. And you too, Coralie. I think this is the first time you're joining us. Thanks, Wendy. Yeah, we should have a retreat here. We did, Gloria. We had one set for last October, but it got cancelled because of COVID. So there you have it. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's Facebook Live, and that you'll join me next Tuesday. Dali will be live tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for your orders lately with the new Shock Art collection that came out, and also with the Stamp Period collection that came out. Shock Art is already here for Birdsong. All the releases will be delivered on the date that we actually release them, because we have them already made. Stamp Period obviously won't be manufactured until March, but the orders have to go in kind of as we speak, simply because they need that run-up time to mass produce, because they outsource it, and ours are just done in the UK. But there you go. There's the two tags. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. This bird is a little bit wider. She pops more on there. Now I'm wishing this one was more wider, but that's okay. That's the way it goes. I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. Enjoy the sunshine if you can. go create some backgrounds, have some fun, easy peasy to do. You can do it on back of cards for card making. You can do it on canvases, on wooden pieces. Very, very simple technique, and you have lots of control by using the parchment paper. I hope it was a fun technique. Thanks, Di. The pre-order deadline, I'm sending the list to Dali today, but obviously I'm going to be ordering extra. So, you know, in the next few days would be brilliant. It just means waiting in case I can't get it in right away. Great question, Min. Thanks, Gloria. Okay, Pat, have a great day. I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. Oh, yeah, that's it. Talk to you guys next Tuesday. Dali's live tomorrow. Okay, guys, have a fun day. Go create some backgrounds.